Okay, it's time to do a little bit of assessment of the artworks that we've created here in the Spanish Art and Culture course. So we are going to be assessing ourselves against one curriculum strand, developing practical knowledge, which is basically just about how well you can make artworks. So the wording of this strand of the New Zealand curriculum is to explore and use art making conventions, and that's basically just how artworks are made, applying knowledge of elements and selected principles through the use of materials and processes. So you all should have watched the little videos, the little playlists of the 7 elements of art and the 7 principles of art. So you should have been able to start to make some connections between those elements and principles and the works that you are making. All right, and the art making pieces that we did the tessellation drawings, where we created those tessellation patterns, and they were inspired by the Alhambra and Spanish art. We also then made a bit of a start on a artwork inspired by the artist Miro. Some of us went through and did a painting, and some of us went through and had a go at making a bit of a sculpture. Now, we haven't quite got to an end point within that little body of work, so what you need to be looking at is probably looking to assess those couple of drawings that we did. So in combination, so you're looking at the tessellation work plus a couple of those Miro drawings, plus maybe the way that you were working and thinking when you're making your painting or making your sculpture, and just have a little bit of a think about your using of art conventions and your understanding of the elements and selected principles. So if we look to break that down, I can apply art making conventions through exploration if I'm prompted, and that's the same with the elements, that I can apply the elements and selected principles if I'm prompted. I can use several strategies to make art conventions through exploration, but I'm not sure when and why, and the same goes for the art elements and principles. I'm not too sure when and why. I can use several strategies to apply art making conventions through exploration, and I know when and why to use them. And the same would go that the elements and selected principles, you know about them and you know when and why to use them. And then it moves on up to that knowing and when and why to use them. You can maybe teach others, you can act as a bit of a role model, and you can seek feedback to improve your application of the art making conventions and of the elements and principles of art in the making. So have a wee look, give yourself a little bit of an assessment as to where you see you sit. There's some little prompts over on the side here where I've put some words down there just to jog your memory. You're going to give yourself a little bit of a peer assessment, a self-assessment. And then you're going to share this document with someone, with a member of the class, and then they're going to give you a peer assessment. And then there'll be a wee learning leader assessment done as well. There's little bits in here where you can maybe list some of the elements that you think that you're using and maybe why, and you could look to maybe add that in as a peer assessor as well. So you can make some little comments, make little notes if you like. And that is pretty much it. There will be other instructions in the classroom on what you need to do, and we'll look to run a little bit of an assessment lens over your work.